How are you doing today? Uh, Today was a rough day. You know, uh, the Dow was down 10%. Yesterday was a big day. March 11th, I think will go down as probably go down as a day I remember. Right, the NBA cancels its season. Two NBA players now are on the Utah Jazz are verified to have it. We have poor Tom Hanks and his wife that have it. So it is very clear that this thing knows no race, income level, age. It's out there. And you could get it. You may survive just fine, mild this, mild that, but you're going to be a carrier and you could bring it to others. So I think the science around all of that is fact. We can stop talking about it. The other thing that's interesting is we're starting to see we're I'm hopeful that we're starting to see a response from Americans, and executives are making very tough decisions. Like I'm sure it was, Disneyland, got announced today that it's closing. Um, we are starting to see steps that let me believe the bottom is near because there's only hard decisions and pain ahead. You can either close your eyes and pretend it's not here and it will just get nasty. Or we could try to put in places to limit people getting together, like sporting events, like parks, like airplanes, like concerts, right? We get it. And that's going to hurt. And, but that's step one. We have the Fed coming in today, and I've got to do more reading about this. Thank you, Michael. We will. If you watch today's videos, we're staying home. I'm going out for an 8-mile run most days, but other than that, we are just staying home. So, Michael, you be safe. You're at a mall, so you be really safe out there. Lots of gloves and Purell and all that. So, um, oh, let's get rid of that. So, where was I going? So again, the hard decisions will lead the Fed. That's what I was saying. I have to read more about this, but it looks like the Fed pumped a trillion dollars into short term. I think it was 3 month or 30 days. I have to read more about this. It's crazy. Um, yeah, it's working from home's good. It's about to turn into 100% for sure. Yeah, I think for the month of March, everybody's 100% for sure, or most people. But again, the Fed putting it in a big step. I think the Fed announces a full 1% rate cut next week. Could just take it to zero and just say, let's go. That's another thing. But what we're missing is leadership from politicians. All of them. All of them. I'm not taking either side. They both are acting like children, and it's not helping. But I have every belief. I'm encouraged, and something will come. I bet you it comes tomorrow or over the weekend. The fact that they canceled their recess, and I think it's so funny they're acting like kids and they have recess, but that's just my crazy mind. The fact that they're working on something is good. The other thing that I think will happen without a doubt is I think the federal government will bail out major companies. My hope is they take an ownership stake so that you and I, when this turns around and they're buying shares for pennies of the dollar, that they sell out at a profit and we, the taxpayers, win, right? Wouldn't it be awesome if the federal government turned into the biggest Warren Buffett ever and bought 25 or 30% of companies to get them through this shock and awe, and then 2 years later they flipped their profits for 400%? That'd be pretty cool. I think it's very likely that they could take ownership stake in every major airline. This at this rate, Boeing can't catch a break, and Boeing, if you don't know, is the largest manufacturer and exporter based on dollar value. So there is no chance that the federal government lets that go on. So it's very likely that they could take an ownership stake in Boeing. Again, I'm guessing, right? Boeing just took down their big revolver yesterday or the day before, so they're getting ready for nastiness. So in the end, it's there's some more. We're not there yet. The bottom is not here. I wish I could tell you it was. It's not. But today is the first time I felt fear. Right? I've shared on previous videos that the market was being rational as it ratcheted down. I have been talking to friends and family that have known me for 20 some odd years that have my cell number. I must have talked for 6 hours today. It's why I haven't recorded this video. People will call me and just going, oh my God, this is falling, that is falling. What do I got to do? I'm worried about my job. Very '08 like. You know, it's kind of a combination of '08 and 9/11 together. It's just weird how it's coming. So again, schools are next. I think Ohio and Virginia have already closed schools K through 12. Right, universities already started. Uh, I, I see a national holiday coming. That's what I see coming. We're going to have a 2-week national holiday, and we're going to be asked to stay home. And again, I put out this morning, I think, or maybe yesterday, the federal government should send everybody a couple of bucks. Here, pay your rent with this. Whatever. You know, it's you pay now or you pay later. So let's let everybody stay home for 2 weeks if they can. Right? If you're a nurse, a doctor, run a grocery store, you run those key things, of course. Thank you for your service. You are going to have some tough days ahead. I'm sorry. But most of us, stay out of the freaking way. There are going to be some very sick people that need help. If you're healthy and you don't think you'll catch it or you don't think it'll be impact, think about the people you could pass it to. I just saw the scariest statistic today. So I've been reading a lot about this. So there's kind of 2 ways you attack this. There's South Korea way, Taiwan way, or there's Italy way. And if you don't know, the US, is acting like Italy, where it was very common for everybody to say, oh, it's just a flu, no big deal. Well, run the numbers. South Korea is no longer having this big ramp, and their fatality rate is low. Italy, and I got this, Bloomberg, I think I got this from. Italy has 15,113 cases, 15113. They have had 1,016 deaths. That is 14.9% fatality. That's not 1%. That's not 0.1%. That is almost 15%. Now you can argue that their aged population is older and blah blah. I don't want to have that argument. This is bad. We need to distance ourselves, stop touching our faces, and help the people that need help. So yesterday was weird, man. When NBA canceled the season or at least postponed it, weird. The Treasury coming out with $1 trillion, weird. Today 10%, 9.9% drop, weird. And I don't think we're there yet. We could very easily see from top to bottom a 50% correction, right? I think we're at 26% today, I think I saw. But we're not done with this. But again, when the bottom is in and we will have buying opportunities that we will be thankful for. And, I firmly believe we'll get through this. I still firmly believe we'll be out of this in 6 to 9 months. But I also equally firmly believe that there's more pain ahead. It feels bad to say it. We're closer to the bottom today than we were yesterday. Take some encouragement in that. But yeah, as far as real estate goes, I had put out 2 videos today with my expert panel. If you want to know what I'm doing in my business, we talked about that a lot today. In the interview with Matt, we talked about what we're doing in my life. If you're interested in how I've changed my behavior, lots of great stuff there. We talked about how I see single-family homes doing in this crisis, and hint, I see some tremendous buying opportunities. Then with Jonathan Twomley, we talked a lot about how this thing's going to play out in single family and how it's going to play out with multifamily. Both those interviews I thought were very timely this morning, talking about real stuff. People we're both putting real money to work, and you should check those out. Again, I think today I put out almost an hour and a half of original content. I'm trying to help. So do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. I am afraid that tomorrow, Friday, is going to be another down day. I have long since believed with this that nobody wants to be long stocks into the weekend. We are eventually going to have good news come out over the weekend. I'm just not willing to bet on it just yet. So I suspect a lot of people are going to be flat, and it's going to be another down day, unfortunately. So again, we have these conversations every day. We generally do it in the morning. I had 6 hours of phone calls today with just friends that I've known for a long time. So I thought I had to put something together. Sorry I couldn't do it earlier, but again, friends were calling me and we had to talk about it. So have a wonderful day. Remember, we are closer to the bottom. We're closer to the bottom, and we will certainly get through this. Okay? Have a wonderful day. Take care.